Hello beauties, I hope you're well. This is a bit bittersweet today because it is the last weekend chill out of the Winter Wellbeing program for 2026. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. I really hope it has nourished you. I hope there's been lots of useful little nuggets and tools you can take in and add to your life that feel nourishing and useful. So this one is a little different because I know that a lot of you will be getting to this when we are actually realising we're coming to that time where winter doesn't quite feel like it is going to go on forever, like it sometimes does in the depths of January. So we're thinking about that change of season that is upcoming. So today we've actually got Restore into Flow, and this is to go with our theme of the final chapter, which is Bloom. We are getting ready to bloom with spring. So I'm just going to get on into it. I hope you enjoy. Of course, just do the Restore, maybe go through that a couple times if you're nursing any injuries, or perhaps you are just not feeling up for the flow part today. It's all good, come back to it whenever you want. So just make your way to a comfortable seat, doesn't need to look like mine. Just give yourself a chance to root down into the earth beneath you. Anchoring yourself here and grow tall to the crown of your head. You can take a few big, steady shoulder rolls here. And then let the shoulders find stillness. Let yourself find stillness. Maybe it's your first time really slowing down this day, this week. Check in. The you that has arrived in this space. Notice what stirs for you. Place no judgment on it. Welcome it all here. And we'll take a beautiful releasing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. One more time. Breathe in. Letting it go. So we have done this first pose a few times. It's one of my favourites. We're going to find a reclining heart opener. If you don't have any props ready, then just pause the video, grab yourself the usual big cushions or a bolster, blocks or books, and possibly a blanket. Just got to even out all the wheat in the pillow. Okay, so your choice. We're just going to take this time to soften the bottom of the bolster in line with the middle of the back, so as you lay down the heart space is really lifting up and open. If your lower back's not happy, come a little bit closer, give yourself some more support. Legs can come out in Shavasana, feet together with the knees falling out to the sides, maybe some blocks under the thighs, or the feet outer edges of the mat and knees together. Find what works for you, and we'll be here for a few minutes to breathe, to let the breath lead the way. Maybe helping some of that stuck energy move on with some more deep releasing breaths. And really try to use up the space you have with your arms, so it really feels the heart space is getting a chance to open, and you're getting a lovely release through the shoulders, through the front of the chest. letting it all go. And perhaps when you feel comfortable, when you feel the breath has helped you release some stuck energy, you can let the breath flow through the nose. We're just going to be here for about another 30 seconds. Let the breath be free. Apologies if you can hear Rue. I think she's just out of frame, but she's with us for the practice. Taking one more full breath here, and then starting to think about your slow, mindful transition out of the pose. And we're going to come straight over into child's pose. Your choice. If you want to be over the bolster, of that option to still have a blanket rolled between the legs if it gives a bit of support, taking pressure out the knee. An option to come over your bolster or go without, whatever feels good. If the forehead isn't coming to the earth today, bring the earth to you with your chosen prop. Again, we're going to settle down and be here for a few minutes. Feeling the opening again through the upper arm. Feeling the grounding through the forehead. Feeling the breath move through the back body. Really taking this time to connect to the earth, the floor supporting you. Grateful for all the slowness, the wintering that you have carved the time for, that you have let be. Preparing for that upward blooming blossom. Just taking a few more rounds of breath here, letting them be full and free. And then slowly rising up. Gonna make our way into a straddle position, so wide legs. You can sit yourself up on a block if perhaps your back wants to round here and it feels a bit uncomfy. You can pop up on a block. The extra height can give you a bit of space. You can also bend the knees if that helps take some stress out of the pose. We're going to take a side stretch. So to begin, you can plant the left hand down, inhale the right arm up and over. We won't be in this one too long because it's intense through the shoulder. We're just going to stretch towards the left leg. Any icky shoulders, you can simply drop the arm down and just lean across. Just being aware you're not rotating forward makes it a lot easier to get towards the toe. You want the opening coming through the side body. If it's still feeling too intense, you can bend the opposite leg in. Just gives a bit more counter sensation. I'm just going to be here another few breaths, letting them be full and free. And then mindfully, we're going to switch to the other side. So thinking big stretch up as you inhale, exhale, reaching over, side body stretch. Same thing if you need to bend that left leg this time, giving you a little counterbalance. If it feels better in your body, feel free to do so. And dropping the arm if the shoulder is pinching or feeling uncomfortable. Into our last few breaths here. And release. So before we come into the flow, the blooming, we're going to take a few rounds of cleansing breath. Some of you might have done this with me before. You can be sat on a bolster, kneeling, cross-legged, whatever's your comfy seat. This breath is done. I'll demo and explain it once before we do it all together. So find your comfy seat. You inhale through the nose. Then it's a forceful exhale through the mouth with a ch sound. And as you do it, you bend forward, being very mindful not to bang your forehead. So the first part's inhale, exhale, ch. You'd really blow that breath all the way out, squeeze the lungs, ch. Inhale through the nose. As you go tall, then a couple of seconds, we're retaining the breath here. So not till you go blue in the face, we're just holding a couple seconds. Then again through the mouth. You let the breath go, breathe in through the nose and into your next round. So I'll explain it one more time, then I'll do one full round. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, forward fold with a ch out the mouth all the way. Inhale through the nose again. Exhale through the mouth slowly. After a couple seconds, retaining at the top. So I'll demo one round and then we'll do 5 together. We inhale. Okay, all going together. 5 rounds. We'll all be at slightly different times, but we will meet again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. In through the nose. Retain the breath. Relax the shoulders, the muscles of the face. Release through the mouth. In through the nose. Go again. 3 more times. Last one. When you finish your full round, keep the eyes closed and take a little moment for awareness. We notice any changes, any shifts through our whole being, all of the layers. Maybe made you feel a little lightheaded. So just waiting till everything settles. And then we come over into all fours. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Nice wide spread through the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart and the head. Exhale into cat. Push the vertebra to the ceiling. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hi, Rue. Breathe out. Don't think you fit there. We're going to come back to neutral and then take our right leg out long behind us, keeping the toes planted down. It probably looks like I have a tail. Keeping the toes planted down, stretching through the calf, push the heel to the back of the room. Okay, bye. And then from here, we're going to take our thread the needles. So inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, seeing how far we can thread through. So the shoulder's probably not coming down, but we're still working that twist. Inhale it up. Exhale, thread it through. This last time, inhale it up, and then you can stack the hips. Maybe the leg comes a little further back. Arm comes overhead, one long line from the tips of the fingers to the outer edge of the right foot. Exhale, let it go, keep the foot out, and then lift it to bum height. We're going to take 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Then seeing if we can take the left arm up over. Maybe we're gesturing to it 1 day binding, perhaps taking hold of the toes or the ankle, pushing into a little lift, and exhale, let it all go. We'll take that the other side. So left leg, reaching behind this time, pushing the heel to the back of the room, toes are planted, lovely calf stretch. And then coming to those little thread the needle-esque. So we lift the left arm with an inhale. Exhale to thread it through. So it's a twist through the spine, probably not getting the shoulder and head down. One more the same. Inhale up. Exhale, thread through. And then this last time, stacking through the hips. One long line from the outer edge of the foot to the tips of the fingers, and maybe the bottom shin has swiveled off your mat to give you a bit more of a stable base. Unravel the upper body, keep that left leg out behind you, lift the leg, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, lift the right arm up and over. Maybe we're meditating, maybe we're thinking about finding the bind one day. Maybe you find your toes or ankle. Take a little lift, a breath in, and then release. Beautiful. We're going to push ourselves up into a downward facing dog. So I'm just going to de-layer. So thinking about arms, hands shoulder width apart, nice wide fingers, and lifting the bottom toe. Give yourself a moment to arrive. Maybe that's a pedal out through the feet. Maybe it's a deep bend in the knees. Maybe you want to take the heels one way, then the other for a little side body. Yumminess is one of my favourite moves. And then for a breath, just find stillness. Your downward dog. Gaze to the top of the mat and then make your way up there. Breathe in, create some space. Exhale, release. Breathe in. Rise all the way up, hands overhead. Amazing. We're going to do one full sun salutation. So inhale, arms coming overhead. Exhale, gesture down. Inhale, lift, find a bit of length through the back body. Plant the palms, exhale, step back to plank. Your version, you can flow through chaturanga, or you can come down to the floor, and then coming into your little back bend, so cobra, baby cobra or up dog, and then push yourself to your downward facing dog. Once again, taking a few beautiful full breaths here. Thinking about the spine lengthening, the breath being free, and having strong foundations. Gaze between the hands, and with an inhale, step your way forward. Create space. Exhale, let it go. And inhale, rolling, rising, all the way up, hands overhead, through heart center. Really nice. We're going to take a big step back with the left leg, deeply bending into the right, finding a warrior one. I'm going to take a few breaths here, so really think about pushing the outer edge of the back foot away, pushing into the earth there. Both legs nice and strong. Inhale here. And then we're going to fan ourselves. I'm just going to face it the other way. We're going to fan into a warrior two. Exhale as you open. This time hips are opening with the long edge of the mat. Make sure you can still see your big toe, so it's a real engagement of the right outer glute. And then your gaze, your drishti, is over the middle finger of the right hand, of the forward hand. See if you can sink a little lower. And then extend. And we're going to come to triangle. So you might want to close the stance just a little, thinking you're between double glazing, stuck with the hips in line. Inhale here. Exhale, reaching, reaching, reaching. The left hip can come back, staying in line. Exhale, dropping down. Right hand resting on the shin or towards the floor. Just check that doesn't collapse the upper body. We want to stay as if we are stuck between that double glazing. Gazing point, your drishti is the middle finger of that top hand. Exhale, gaze at the floor. Inhale draws you back up. You're going to come back into the warrior one. So warrior one, right leg forwards. And then we're going to push and catch ourselves in, oh, I've got a wall there to bounce off, that's handy, into a warrior three. A big, beautiful breath here. Strong and stable. Maybe you can do 3 more of those pulses. 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back to your Tadasana, the top of your mat. We'll take that little sequence the other way. So big, beautiful step back with the right foot this time. So I can stay facing this way now. I can see you. Gonna find your warrior one. So sinking nice and low, hips in line with the short edge of the mat, arms overhead. Taking a couple breaths here, growing tall, feeling the strength of the posture. And then you're going to fan yourself open, warrior two. So maybe needing a little shimmy through the legs. Same cue points here, so outside of the glute, really engaged to keep that knee from falling in. Want to be able to see the big toe, and then our drishti, our gaze, comes over the middle finger of the front arm. See if you can drop down any lower. And then we're going to straighten through the front leg, set ourselves up for triangles, so maybe your stance closes slightly. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale, big, big reach, and then dropping the hand down. Still thinking you're inside that double glazing, so the body's not rotating here. Sometimes it just means we want to be a little bit higher to stop the hip collapsing, keeping both legs working, breathing in, and with the next exhale, breathing in, and with the next exhale, gaze down at the floor, drawing yourself back up with an inhale. Set up the warrior one more time, so you can easily lift the back heel and then push yourself in to that warrior three. One long line from your heel to the crown of your head. Feel into all those wobbles, that blooming, that power, and maybe taking those 3, 2, 1 pulses once again. Release, really nice. Give it a little sway. We'll just take a flow down to the floor. So inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, release. Creating space. And as you exhale, step back and flow through your version, your vinyasa, keeping strong through the shoulders. Bottom comes high for a breath. In a downward facing dog. And then dropping down onto the knees. So this is where you might want your blocks behind you. We're going to take a little bow pose. So we're going to find a high kneeling position, taking some support with a blanket underneath your knees if the floor's a bit firm. And then we're going to come to the kneeling, and so this is a back bend where either, might have blocks in the way there so you can't see, you can take your blocks with you, but before you just drop back, so that's not the movement, we want to be thinking about the heart lifting. So you're lifting, lifting, lifting before coming back. This is where it can be quite nice to take the blocks with you, or you can find your blocks. You just don't want to be twisting as you go down because it's not so nice on your back. If you're already there, that's great. Just keep the heart lifting and breathe. If you're still figuring it out, no worries. You can also have the toes tucked under. Inhale, make that space, heart's lifting. Exhale as you reach back. Find the heels. You could drop the head all the way back if it feels okay. Still nursing a little neck injury, so I won't be going all the way back today. Breathing into that heart lift, that opening through the shoulders. Exhale with control, we come forward, trying not to ping too much, trying not to twist as you let go. Let it drop down, coming into a narrow-legged child's pose now, so restacking through the vertebra, letting it drop down. Really nice. A few breaths here, letting the energy begin to slow once again. Maybe a little sway side to side, feels good. Then we're going to rise tall, coming away from the pose, and we're going to take our left leg out long in front of us. You might not be able to fully see this, but trust my left leg is in front of me, and I'm going to cross the right leg over the top with the foot planted down. Left leg forward, right leg over. If that's not comfy, right leg can simply be bent in. Opposite hand to the bent knee. So my left arm hugging the knee. And then I'm going to inhale and twist. So inhale, look behind me. Right hand behind the bottom. Every breath in finds a bit of length. And every exhale moves you deeper. Really nice. Check in that those left toes haven't gone to sleep. The whole body still party to the pose, to the practice. With an exhale, we unravel and switch sides. So the right leg's coming out long now, the left leg bending in, coming over, the foot is planted down. Opposite hand to the bent leg, so my right arm is hugging the knee, and then I'm inhaling, exhaling as I gaze behind and come into that spinal rotation. The right foot, the right toes are still awake, pointing to the ceiling. Use the breath to help you find a little more space. Such a yummy opening through the hip. I love this one. As you exhale, we are going to release, let it all go. And before we fully melt down for our Shavasana, I invite you to take any final poses you need, anything your body's calling for. Maybe it's a happy baby. Maybe you really want an inversion. So if you do want to do any upside down playtime, you can just pause the video, have your monkeying, have your fun, and then come back when you wish to Shavasana. If you're ready to close the practice down, taking any of those last few movements that feel good. And then, because I really invite you to lean into this one, to marinate in all your efforts of the whole reset, I'm going to leave you to take as long as you want in your Shavasana. And that is not a cue to skip it, it's an invitation to have a real indulgent, long Shavasana. So add your socks, add your jumpers or blankets that you need, set yourself up nice and cozy, and lay yourself down on the floor. Know that you are exactly where you need to be here. Perhaps it feels good to let that energy shift one more time. Take a releasing breath. Let it go. Offer the fruit of your labor to any higher power you believe, asking for loving thoughts, loving communication, love in your heart. And take everything you need, all the time you need to rest here in your Shavasana. There is nothing to do, nothing to achieve, simply your space to be. Come back out of it whenever is ready. Sending lots of love. Hope you enjoyed the practice and have a lovely Shavasana.